burn the ships.
In the year 1066, William the Conqueror and his French troops sailed across the English Channel to invade England, at the time one of the biggest superpowers in the world. They sailed and they anchored just off the British shore, and William prepared his men for battle. They were clearly outnumbered. The men were desperate. There was fear bleeding in their eyes. Before they could change their mind and retreat, William had them dive over the ship, to plunge into the cold currents, to swim to shore and meet the British on the front lines. Once most of his troops were over the edge, he yells back to the few remaining on the ships. He says, "Grab those torches and burn those ships." To the soldiers now in the water, they looked back petrified. The one trip home to France was now burning and sinking. To the few that were the weak-minded of the group, those that wanted to swim halfway and make their way back to the ships and retreat, their safety net was pulled away, their ripcord stolen from them. The choice was made easy: to fight, to win, or die. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, William the Conqueror was so successful because he was able to change the rules of the game. He was able to influence both sides of the battle. He was able to eliminate choice from his men by physically committing them to battle. He removed Plan B from them. He focused them on the battle ahead of them. To the British troops on the shore, he made an irreversible action. He burned these ships. He made an irrational decision. He scared them. He made them change their action plans with the new news ahead of them. And the big thing that he did was he created a motivation within the French troops that was more than any leader could instill upon them. He gave them the motivation of survival. So the British troops knew that the French were coming, and they weren't going to turn back until the French sailed home in British-made ships. Fast forward 900 years, Kodak Films has a near monopoly in the instant photography market. Times were great. However, they knew that the opportunity that lay ahead of them is in digital. And by pursuing that opportunity, they'd be cannibalizing their own internal sales. The chairman of Kodak decided to change up the resources internally to try to slowly drive at this new opportunity, but he faced a lot of headwinds. He realized that the road was too long and too rough ahead. He decided to get aggressive. He tried to burn his own company's ships by selling the instant photography business to force a change internally. But by that point, there wasn't a buyer. He didn't react quickly enough. He wasn't decisive enough up front. He should have been more proactive in burning his own ships. Fellow Toastmasters, as this is the very first meeting of the new year, consider your New Year's resolutions. I assure you that by taking big action can bring about big change. Think of the leadership of William the Conqueror. Think of the failure of the Kodak chairman. Eliminate your plan B. Put yourself at the point of no return. Fellow Toastmasters, burn your own ships proactively in 2015.